All right, welcome everyone. Episode 2 of my Sturgis series. I again, right off the bat, want to apologize. I am recording again off my phone. I'm looking into a couple different ways doing these recordings, these videos, things like that. I do have some streaming equipment I used to use back in the day, but the quality wasn't great. It kind of looked like I was on a fucking tube TV. So we don't really want to go down that route. So we're going to use this for now. As I explore those options, hopefully we can get some better quality videos for you guys. So today, episode 2, as I said, I wanted, this might be pretty broad, but I wanted to just talk Sturgis, the experience. Experiences I had, like to try, things like that, all that good stuff. Again, I just want to preface this video by saying this will be different for everybody that goes to the rally. I am showing some nips with this Slayer shirt, the Almighty Slayer, by the way. So I have a whole notebook. I've been taking notes for days. It's been ridiculous. But a few of the things I want to talk about today. Things leading up to the rally, how I prepare, what I pack, maybe little traditions that me and the guys have. Getting there, the cost for me, I'm not going to go over all the costs. I'm going to go over a few of them. It's not going to be anything crazy. And then, I feel like I go on the cheaper side of a lot of people in videos that I've seen before. I don't take a ton of money. I don't spend a ton of cash there. And we'll dive into that and how I'm able to do that. And again, if you watch my last video, you understand it's not going to be the same for everybody. Everybody's going to be different. So with that, I think we should just dive right into this. So let's talk leading up to the rally. Like I talked in my first video, I start prepping for the next year's rally after the rally I've been to. It's just one of those deals, it's common sense saving money. If there's something that you really want to do, you can put $100 away, $10 away, whatever you can. Everyone's situation is different, and I fully understand that. Me being able to do what I do to get ready for the rally is just me. Every single person you talk to is different. The guys that I go with are different. They have, different jobs, different everything. So leading up to this, just understand that this is going to be different for you than it is for me. So like I said, I started saving right away. I'm able to do that. But if you can, I would tell you that is the best way to do this. If you want to try to experience the rally, whether you're taking your bike, you're just driving out there, you just want to walk around, experience the shows, experience the people, look at the bikes. I mean, if you think you got a cool bike, go to a rally, because your bike is in shit compared to the bikes that are there. But saving money it is what it is. Some people are able to do that. Some people don't have to. I do, just so that I can assure that when I go in August, everything is covered. I don't have to worry about it. I already have the money set aside for that trip. Touching a little bit on what I pack. I do ride my bike to the rally. Again, I live about 6 hours away. I looked at Google Maps today. It was like 5 hours, so I don't know where the hell I was getting 6. But I said it again. So 5 hours away. I live about 5 hours away from Sturgis. So I'm able to pack my bike. I have a big, it's almost like a stand-up duffel bag. I used to play pretty competitive paintball. It's like a carry-on paintball bag that can extend. That just gets strapped right to the back of my bike with a detachable seat that I have for it. And that gets filled up with all my clothes, extra shoes, things like that. I'll be full honest with you guys. I do put a firearm in there. I've never felt that I needed it in Sturgis, but you never know on the way, while you're there. Anything could happen in the world we live in today. And again, that's not for everyone. I'm not telling you need to. It's just something that me, the group that I go with, we all do, just so that we have potentially that next level of protection if you would ever need it. Now, I will also preface that by saying, if you take one with you, for the trip, it's on the road, just to keep you safe, you never know. I wouldn't walk around with it. You're going to see a lot of videos that say that. You just don't need to. There's cops everywhere. It's very self-controlled. I know, right, like the first year after the pandemic, 20 or 19, whatever year they fired the rally back up, I know there was some kind of protesty stuff going on. I still don't think you need it. The past 2 years that I've been there, I haven't seen anything even remotely close to that. So to me, it's not necessary to carry one around with you. If you're one of those people that you never go anywhere without one, by all means, but just be prepped to have a reason why if you get stopped, right? The cops are going to ask you. South Dakota, we are super open carry is legal here, but they're still going to ask you what you're doing with the piece on you, so be prepped for that. So the traditional stuff: clothes, toiletries, an extra pair of shoes, so I'm not wearing my riding boots all day long. If I'm walking up and down Lozelle or going to a concert, I can slip into a pair of Vans or my Converse or whatever I'm wearing that day. I would highly recommend a rain suit. It's one thing that I bought right away when I decided I was going to go to the rally with the guys. I bought a really cheap one off like Revzilla or JP Cycles, something like that. I think it was like maybe $40. It looks like 2 trash bags that they molded into a suit. I'm pretty positive if I had to wear that, it would shred in like the first 10 minutes, but it would maybe give you enough time to get to some cover, things like that. South Dakota's weather is very volatile. It will change in the blink of an eye, especially in the hills. I've been in the hills on vacations, at the rally, and it changes in the blink of an eye. The weather coming over the mountains, it'll move, it'll go south, it'll go north, it'll come straight into Sturgis, it'll get crazy. I've been eating dinner in Deadwood. Looked out the window, it was sunny. A second later, I looked out, it was pouring rain. Took a drink of my beer. Next minute, sunny outside again. And actually, last year we went to Devil's Tower. It was beautiful the whole way there. We walked around the whole park. It was beautiful. And we decided to leave because there was a cloud that was black as night coming over Devil's Tower. So we hauled ass all the way from Devil's Tower back to Sturgis, fast as we could push those bikes. Got into Sturgis, the storm went north, see ya. Didn't even touch the rally. But it can go very fast. The weather, we call it West River, but the weather around Sturgis in the hills is very volatile. It's very up and down. When they start to get weather, it can get severe. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're heading out that way. But get a cheap rain suit. Like I said, I think mine was $40-50. It's not great, but if you had to get somewhere in the downpour, it's going to get you there. I pack various other little things. I pack a couple pairs of shades. I have a pair of my riding glasses. They're icicle bagger glasses for the ride there. I also always pack a cheap pair of sunglasses so I don't have to walk around the rally with my expensive riding shades on. If you lose them, you're at a show, they fall off, you're out $10, whatever it might be. I also take a pair of clears. Now I'm able to get a couple pairs from work before I go to the rally, keep them in the plastic case, off we go. But I would suggest trying to find a pair of cheap clears. If it were to get dark when you're riding, make sure you use an eye protection. Be safe when you're out riding in general. But take a pair of clears with you. the what I pack part of this is boring as all hell, I'm sure, but it's just the little things to get people prepped. Just make sure you have all the essentials: your toiletries, your clothes, all that stuff. You can go into Rapid. They have Walmarts everywhere in Rapid. It's one of the bigger city towns, whatever you want to call them in our state. I'd say city. Excuse me. So it does have a Walmart. It has a Target. It has everything you need. But it is a little bit of a trip from the rally. I think Sturgis has like a Dollar General, stuff like that, so you can get basic little toiletries if you needed them. But make sure you're packed, ready to go, just for whatever you need. Again, I pack on the lighter side just because I take my bike. So the bag that I take, it gets packed full. Anything that I might buy at the rally is probably going in one of the saddlebags. And then where I try to make room, whatever. Last year I took a blow-up mattress. I ended up leaving it at our friend's place that we stay at because I couldn't figure out how to pack it back in the box. So it was a little awkward. So it stayed there. So yeah, that's kind of excuse me, Jesus Christ. That's kind of the packing portion of this. Again, I apologize. That's probably boring. You guys are like, you're an idiot. We know what to pack to go on a road trip. Okay, then do your thing. Just bring some essentials, okay? Raid suit, extra pair of shoes, stuff like that. You're gonna walk a lot, so be comfortable. I wrote down our little traditions. We're not superstitious guys on our group that we ride with. We like to meet at the same gas station in the morning. You get a Red Bull, a coffee, a donut. We always stop in Pierre, South Dakota. That's on the way for us. And we always stop and we eat lunch at Tom's Diner. If you're going through Pierre, stop at Tom's. They're kind of an old school diner. It's a small little place, but they have some of the best burgers I've ever had in my life. Excuse me with that little nose itch there. Someone's thinking about me, probably the wife. But they do. They have some great burgers. Decently priced. You can get a giant double cheeseburger, fries, and a soda for $8-9. Really, as far as traditions, we don't have a ton of them. It's kind of get to the gas station, get to Tom's, then from Tom's, it's if you have to stop in Union Center for a water or whatever you're into that day, we'll stop there. Last year it was so hot. Excuse me. I'll tell you this story quick. We left Pierre, and it was 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was 105 degrees when we rolled out of Pierre. Now, when I ride, my bike, I don't have a fairing, I don't have a windshield. At least that I put on. I usually don't take my detachable windshield to the rally. I might change that this year. But I usually ride with a light Harley flannel that I've got. I was so incredibly hot. The heat outside, plus the heat off the bike, the wind wasn't even a reprieve. It was so incredibly hot. We had to stop multiple times, get water, just sit in some shade. And you might come across that if you're taking your bike all the way there. Like it can get hot in the prairie. It can get real hot. So with that, another thing that I would say is make sure you're staying hydrated on your trip. I'm sure anyone that rides bike knows, like, the wind will take it out of you, the heat will take it out of you. Fairing or not, you got a crosswind, you're going to be working. So just make sure that you're staying hydrated on your trip. Once you get West River here in South Dakota, unless you're on the interstate, which is something we don't take the interstate because it is crazy. But once you're West River, towns and houses there are few and far between. So I beg everyone, if you're taking a back way to Sturgis, please take care of yourselves. Because if something were to happen, it's going to be a long time before someone gets to you. So stay hydrated. make sure you're paying attention out there. There's wildlife everywhere. Please pay attention when you're driving through our state, even if it's not for the rally. You're driving and you end up on 34. You're headed to Deadwood, whatever it is. Pay attention. Stay hydrated if it's hot. All right. So let's talk getting there. Getting to Sturgis for me, again, 5-hour drive, load the bike up, we gas up, off we go. Now, depending on our state's amazing road construction schedule, which, let me tell you, primo. We have a couple of various routes we take. Sometimes we go south and then west. Sometimes we go west right out of the town I live in, Aberdeen. Sometimes you just go straight west out of there and then hit south and head into Pier. Again, it depends on road construction. But we always end taking 34 into Sturgis. That's just the easiest way for us. Again, if you're taking the interstate, and then by all means just get on the interstate and go. You'll end up there. You can't miss it. You can't miss the turn. You go right by it. So the route differs depending on how we're feeling that year, depending on the road construction. Last year we went south and then west, just because going straight west out of Aberdeen, the road construction was backed up from a smaller town west back to Aberdeen, and it was just terrible. They were widening the road. It was horrid. So the route, and that can be up to you guys too, what route you want to take. I don't know how or where everyone comes from, but plan the route, just enjoy the ride or enjoy the drive time, whatever it is for you. You're driving, you're riding, whatever, enjoy it. Excuse me. So the next thing I wanted to kind of outline is some cost here. Like I said, I live in South Dakota. Our gas prices right now, as of this video, is $3.29 for like ethanol added. It's like $3.79 for premium, which if you are riding a fucking motorcycle, put premium in it. Do not skimp. You'll fucking thank me one day. So I get an average of 34 miles a gallon. I got a 6-gallon tank. That 500-mile drive, whatever the hell it is. I should look, but I'm not going to click around on the computer here. I fill up about twice. So for me to fill my 6-gallon tank, lately here, with the prices, it's been about $25. So I would just say it's going to cost me $75 to get to Sturgis, just to be safe, on the safe side. Probably closer to 50, but let's go up, because fuck inflation, why not? But that's just the trip there. That's not riding all day, the multiple rides we take, daily fill-ups, and that's not the trip back. I budget myself roughly $400 just in fuel, and I put that on a credit card. Excuse me. That you get some points back on whatever it is. So $400, $300, somewhere in there. Like I said in my first video, I'm very fortunate. I have a buddy that lives in Sturgis, and that's where we stay. We pitch him $100 for the week, or however long we're there. So my lodging, if I want to stay the entirety of the rally, all 9 days, it cost me $100. Now, again, like I said in that first video, that is not everyone's lodging arrangements. I know people that are camping, and those are $1,000 a spot, whatever it might be. People getting hotel rooms for $500 a night, things like that. Like it's not as simple as just pulling into your buddy's driveway, parking your bikes, and here's $100. And I get that. So that cost for you is probably going to be a lot different than the cost for me. And I feel very, very fortunate that I have that to use when I go to the rally. Um, Fun money. A lot of guys talk about fun money. Um, I take $1,000. That's that's it. I've got $1,000. I've got my 2 credit cards. Um, I know $1,000 is a lot, um, but that's the money I take because that's what I want to have as a cushion if I want to buy something cool, drinks. Because man, let me tell you, drinks are expensive. I'll tell you a quick story too. First year we're in Sturgis. A buddy that I go with every year, he's been there, 10 years in a row. He's like, hey, first place we're going to take you guys to One Eye Jack's. Got good scenery. Get to One Eye Jack's, he wasn't fucking lying. Scenery. Mind blowing. Roll up to the bar. I ordered 2 Busch Lights. Two Busch Light bottles. Waitress goes, grabs them, brings them up to you. She goes, 19. I shit you not. I looked at her and I said, 19 what? $19 for 2 bottles of Busch Light. 9.5 a crack. Gave her $25, walked away. Only beer I had there. Only beer I had. To me, that was insane. You go down to the Iron Horse, you're going to go see a show, you're paying $5.50, for a tall boy, whatever you want, Busch Light, Miller Lite, hopefully not Bud Light, but different. We're not going to talk about that. You're paying probably a regular price. There was a little bar we found on the way north end, I think, of LaSalle, had Busch Lights for $3. Stuff like that. So keep an eye out as you're going, but just understand that you're gonna want to have a good time. The side hack. Another little story here, real fast. Went to the side hack, ordered 5 Jaeger shots. Cost me $100. So you're gonna get it the week of the rally. It's a time when a lot of those bars, that's the only week and a half they're open. So they're gonna make their money. So just be prepped for that. Again, one of the things that we like to do: get a cooler, get some ice, get some soda, whiskey, beer, whatever. Keep it at the house. Then you can kind of just coast. So if you're, wherever you're staying, that might be a good idea. As long as you don't have to drive a long ways, please don't drink and drive. That's just not smart. Especially during the rally, you will get caught. They're everywhere. The cops, they're usually very nice, but they're going to be looking. Again, I'll say it a lot during this series, and I'll just be honest with you. I'll direct you to Professional Monkey Streams, because he'll tell you. He's had experiences. I'm very fortunate I have not, but I play by their rules. The whole time I'm at the rally, in Sturgis, in Deadwood, any of the surrounding areas, Spearfish, anything, play by the rules, because they are looking, and they will find you. If you want to take a gamble, and you want to ride your bike drunk, your rally experience is probably going to suck. And be even more expensive. You are going to need more than $1,000. Promise you that. So yeah, I take about $1,000 cash just for fun. Now, I will also say that there's times when I'm there, a lot of my food, if I buy something stupid, I might just swipe a credit card. But that cash is always there if I'm buying drinks, buying this, buying that. That's what I use. So to kind of stay on that topic, I feel like I go on the cheap. I don't skimp on things. I'm fortunate enough in my career, things like that I'm able to buy things that I might want when I'm there. Like I said, put it on the credit card and go from there. So I wouldn't say that I skimp. This year, our buddy, he bought a new grill where he lives. So, our plan is to go buy groceries and just kind of cook. The food there, it can be expensive. It is very good for the most part. I don't think I've ever had a bad meal there. My buddy, he did order like a prime rib sandwich, and it just looked like 2 pieces of lunch meat on a hoagie roll. It was like $27. Like that was pretty disappointing. But personally, me, never had a bad experience. But we're gonna try to even cut down those expenses even more by cooking for ourselves. I think I make the greatest steak on earth. Um, so if I can cook my own steak or my own burger, my own brats, whatever the hell breakfast, um, I'd rather do that than have someone do it for me. Um, my other buddy, who I'm gonna get on here to talk with us about experiences he's had in the past, but he packs his bike like an old school Sturgis goer, and he packs a Blackstone griddle. So breakfast. Um, but yeah, so going on the cheap, that I think that's cheap for me. Even though I take $1,000, which to a lot of people could be a lot of money, um, it's not $9,000. It's not $10,000. Some of these people paying, Fensky Park got at the chip. Who knows how much that thing is? I couldn't even tell you how much a space at Fensky is. Expensive. But even I know guys that I don't go with, that I know from work or from the gym or from wherever, and their Sturgis trip is $8,500 a year, and they're fine with that. They like it. Some of those guys, they don't care. 10 grand, like, we're good. I put my total here at 2,500, and I think that's even pushing it. That's gas. That's $1,000 in fun money. It's something I might put on the credit card. I was just honestly just guessing, because I can't really give you an exact amount that I take with me. But so when all right, there's going to be a break in this video. I apologize. My dog was losing his ever loving fucking mind. Who the hell knows? And I had to get a drink. It's Sunday. Have a few. But anyway, we're talking about being cheap. And I'm not saying being cheap, but going kind of on the cheap. But yeah, that's how I spend my trip. And like I said in that first video, again, referencing back a little bit, I dictate my time there. Again, that's a benefit of living in the state of South Dakota, is I get to dictate how long I'm going to be there. We always leave the Friday of, but if I want to come home Sunday, I'm coming home Sunday. This year, I'd be honest, the concerts anywhere really don't appeal to me that much. I mean, Steel Panther's cool, and Biscuits, yeah, I'm kind of I mean, I go see Def Leppard, ZZ Top, stuff like that, but the money I'd pay to go to the chip, I just don't know if I'm going to do any of that this year. Rob Zombie last year was great, but so were the small shows at the Iron Horse, and that's where I'd rather spend my time, is downtown at the Iron Horse, free concert, just go drink, have fun, watch a burnout, watch the after show festivities, that kind of stuff. But that's that's kind of my Sturgis experience. And I'm not saying what I experienced while I'm there, but more broadly, the experience. And again, that's going to be very individual. That's going to be up to you what your experience is, how you dictate that experience, what that experience entails for the maybe only 2 days that you're there, maybe the 9 days that you're there. It's kind of funny too. Another quick little story. I worked with a guy who he drove up there on a Saturday, slept on a park bench, and just came home. And that's a little extreme for even me. But it can be done, I guess. It is what it is. You want to do that, go do that. It's not messing with me, so I don't really care. But and it's something I'm passionate about when I say it, guys. Like, the experience is yours. It's not your experience. Isn't my Sturgis experience, and it shouldn't be. It should be individual. It should be fun. You should go into Sturgis Rally Week with the expectation of like just going. It's looking at the bikes, it's seeing the sights, it's taking the rides if you can, right? Even if you're in a car in a cage, you can still ride the Needles Highway. You can still do Iron Mountain Road. Just pay attention. There's a million bikes out there. So just keep your eyes open. Don't go too fast. Know what you're doing. A lot of the sites are very busy when you're out there, and like I said, it's the busy time for that side of the state, and it just is what it is. So pay attention. Keep your eyes open. But it can be your experience. It doesn't have to be mine. And I think that's a very questionable thing. Maybe questionable is not the word, but there's a lot of people out there you watch and their videos or you talk to them. It's like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that, or else you're not really going to Sturgis. Well, that fuck you ain't. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go to the Buffalo Chip. First year I didn't go to the Buffalo Chip. Still went to Sturgis. You can go see a band anywhere. Like I said, Iron Horse has decent bands all week long. Go sit for free and have a beer, watch a band. Fuck, who cares? There's no like real Sturgis experience. But yeah, so those are kind of my little experiences, or the lead up experience, whatever the hell you want to call it. So going forward, I think the next one I am going to talk about something near and dear to my heart, which is eating. I love food while I'm out there. I try to stay pretty strict and work out before the rally, but when I'm out there I just like to eat. So we'll talk about some of those in episode 3 coming up, hopefully next Saturday. I got this one posted late, so I apologize. We'll do food, we'll do rides, places to drink. I might just include the places, the bars to go to, the places to eat all in one video. I think I can probably get that all wrapped up in one. Do the rides one, and then I'm trying to put one together with as much respect as I possibly can to the MC clubs that are there. Just kind of give everyone maybe a short what to expect, because I bet if you've never been there and you're worried about it, it's not going to be what you expect, with regards to potential interaction or seeing a member with their cut on, stuff like that. It's really surprising that it's not more aggressive, I would say, but it's very chill. Regardless of what the clubs that are there. But yeah, so I am gonna get going on that next one with my handy dandy notebook that I've got all my notes in. So again, I hope everyone enjoyed my take on the Sturgis experience. It's already been a half hour, Jesus. One thing, please leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think about what your experiences have been, what your experiences are, what you expect to experience when you're there. Like, I'd love to have a dialogue with anyone that's watching. I'm not here to make any money on YouTube. I'm talking into my phone, hopefully giving people useful information. Hopefully people find it entertaining to hear my stories of the rally, see me in different Slayer shirts, whatever. But yeah, drop a comment. If you want, drop a like. Those don't really matter to me. I'm not asking for any subscribers, nothing like that. Like, let's just ride this thing together and we'll see where we end up. So with that, y'all have a beautiful day. It's Sunday. We gotta work tomorrow, which sucks. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy.